Japan is facing this huge challenge, a healthcare system that's just buckling under the weight of an aging population. But here's the thing, where there's a crisis, some of the country's brightest minds see an incredible opportunity. They see a chance to not only save their own system, but to build a brand new model for the rest of the world. So this is the story of a high-stakes, technology-fueled revolution.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this number. 77 trillion yen. I mean, let that sink in. That's about $500 billion US. This is what Japan's healthcare system is projected to cost by 2040. It's just a staggering figure that screams one thing: the system is at its breaking point. The way things are now, it's just not sustainable.
And this quote from Japanese industry leaders, man, it just gets right to the heart of the problem. The system that was built after the war, the one that was once a source of pride and strength, has now become a set of shackles. It's holding back innovation, holding back progress. The very foundation has to be completely rethought.
So, how are they going to break free from those shackles? We're going to walk through this whole transformation in 4 key parts. First, we'll look at the ticking time bomb they're dealing with. Then, the incredible digital revolution they're launching. After that, their wild plan to export this system globally. And finally, we'll talk about the real-world hurdles they still have to clear. All right, let's get into part 1, Japan's healthcare time bomb. We're going to dig into exactly why the current system is so completely unsustainable.
So, they have this metaphor for the current system, and it is perfect. The spaghetti state. Just picture it. A tangled, sticky mess of old rules, patchwork fixes, and decades of habits, all cooked together. If you try to pull on one noodle, one part of the system, the whole thing just gets tighter. You can't untangle it. You have to start over.
And the old approach, just trying to cut costs here and there, it's actually making things worse. It leads to something called drug loss, which means critical new medicines get delayed. All the important medical data is trapped in separate systems, so you can't use it for better treatments. And financially, it's a disaster. Over 60% of small clinics are losing money, and their doctors are just totally burned out. Okay, so that's the problem. Let's move on to part 2, the digital health revolution. Faced with that spaghetti state, Japan is making a massive pivot to build the future of healthcare from the ground up.
At the very core of this whole revolution is this incredible idea called a medical digital twin. Seriously, imagine a perfect virtual copy of you. Your body, your health records, your genetic code, all living in a digital space. What does that let doctors do? It lets them simulate treatments and predict diseases before they even happen. We're moving from medicine that reacts to problems to medicine that's truly proactive.
And look, this isn't just some science fiction dream. It is being built right now with a super clear 3-step plan. Step 1, standardize all the medical data from your official health records to the data from your fitness tracker so it can all talk to each other. Step 2, unleash AI and Japan's most powerful supercomputers to analyze all that data. And finally, step 3, feed those insights back to create truly personalized care for every single person.
And this is where you can really see the power of what we're talking about. This is a simulation running on the Fukuga supercomputer of the blood flow in a real patient's heart before a major operation. It lets surgeons test out different approaches virtually,
and then see the results, like the improved blood flow you see here in the post-op simulation. This means they can pick the absolute best strategy before the patient ever gets to the operating room. It dramatically reduces risk, improves outcomes. It's a total game changer. There's no other way to put it.
But, just fixing their own domestic system, that's only Act 2. The grand vision, what they call Reform 3.0, is to take this incredibly efficient, data-driven healthcare model and turn it into one of Japan's next great export industries.
The strategy here is two-sided. On one side, they want to bring more international patients to Japan for its amazing medical care. That's the inbound part. But on the other side, and this is the really ambitious part, they want to export the entire digital system, the software, the AI models, the whole shebang, to other countries, especially across Asia.
And this isn't just wishful thinking, right? This whole strategy is built on a really clear competitive edge. When you compare Japan to many other nations in the region, you see higher trust in the medical system, more advanced tech, and more doctors and nurses per person. So, this new digital model they're perfecting, it's an incredibly valuable package that's ready to be exported.
Of course, a revolution this huge is never easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Japan is facing some pretty significant hurdles on the road to making this whole vision a reality.
Industry experts have pretty much boiled it down to 3 big roadblocks. First, you've got culture. There's a deep-seated perfectionism that makes it tough to embrace technologies like AI that learn by trial and error. Second is manpower. Doctors are already stretched so thin they have zero bandwidth to take on these massive new digital projects. And third is the legal system. You've got these outdated laws, like one that requires medical data to be stored on-site for 5 years, that just weren't made for a world of cloud computing and data sharing.
So what does this all tell us? It means the technology is either already here or it's right around the corner. The real battle, the biggest challenge for this entire national project, is about overcoming these human and systemic roadblocks. It's about changing mindsets to embrace a totally new way of doing things.
Which leaves us with this final, big question. Japan is trying to solve a problem that was created by one of its biggest demographic weaknesses, its aging society. The question is, can they successfully flip the script? Can they transform that solution into their most innovative strength and their most valuable global export? The answer to that is going to redefine Japan's future.